Hello everyone, welcome back to Dead by Dawn Season 4. Apologies for the little delay, but we're back with the match between Astraea and Odyssey, and we still have Cybereye setting the win on yours for Team Odyssey. And I'm still not alone today. I'm a beautiful co-caster, Jack. Jack, what do you think of this new nurse skin? Those absolutely scary sounds, and the nurse set in general?
Yeah, they're quite loud, I've got to be honest. They do really get into your ear. Not the hugest fan of it, but Cyber will find our Claudette, it seems, here off the start. Once again, finding a survivor quite early on to the start. The medkit in hand, a possible deliverance player to find early. This might be Cyber's golden find here. Who knows? We will find out. But a very good start to the game for our killer nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if that is the daily player that Team Astraea here, because your daily player is probably the worst player you can that can be found on a S-tier set in general, specifically. But we are going to be seeing Revenge taking quite a decent chase here, basically prolonging for quite some time, and I wouldn't be shocked to see the gen being stuck right now pop anytime soon.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ray. I do think that gen will pop in time for it. Not a basement hook as a choice here. Cyber choosing to go towards the bottom mid side of the map. We can see them working on that generator, but our nurse player will not be able to intervene. Obviously, Ruin being in play here, but not being able to take any effect from it as we see a DC potentially network problems from Revenge there. If so, that is truly really unfortunate. But I do think the game will continue here as a gen has popped.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the gen has popped, and the first hook obviously. So regardless of the issues, unless the Team Astraea just all DCs now and Team Odyssey is good sportsmanship, the game will not the game will not be. But yes, the game still seems to be continuing just fine. Unfortunately for Team we are going to be losing. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I can't speak about the game right now. But yeah, we are going to be finding the ace here, and that's amazing, amazing blinks from Cyber here. He's in the absolutely dominant position right now. Just having someone on hook, someone down, pretty much close to this hook, and yeah, wow, genuinely, I'm quite shocked at how the how the game's going.
So yeah, very dominant performance from Cyber here, even though some of the issues I think maybe displaying at full frontal on our ace and obviously Revenge dying to the very unfortunate DC, but the game will continue like Ray said, unless some mercy is shown by Team Odyssey here. Obviously, it's not on them to do that, but that will end the game at 4k4. A very interesting one to be sure, but not maybe a full show of strength from both teams. What do you think, Ray?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, still amazing performance by the killer, and Survivor still managing to and before the first down happened. Right, it's always well, before the hook happens. It's always a good thing, right? Unfortunately for them, the DC probably turned kind of just made it a little bit hard for them mentally, right? Because obviously the DC is all demoralizing and just kind of fucks with your brain, right? So that probably kind of chilled them a bit. But honestly, yeah, still amazingly played with both teams, even though it didn't last long. But yeah, we're gonna be seeing what seems like a 4k4 here, and we will see what the what's the next it's gonna be. I mean, are we gonna be replaying this spot? Are we gonna be continuing? We will see pretty
Uh,
soon. But for now, we're just gonna be seeing Cyber just gonna fucking everyone just chilling.
I do believe, Ray, I've got some news from the higher ups. We will see Astraea forfeit this set, so it will be 1-0 to Team Odyssey for the nurse set. Obviously, that means this will be the last nurse piece of gameplay we'll see for today, and then we will see you guys on the Krasu set next up. Don't go anywhere.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Dead by Dawn Season 4, and we are back here with the match between Astraea and Odyssey. We have faster, and I'm once again not here today. I'm with my amazing co-caster Jack. Jack, what do you think of Krasu? It's not really the set there it is,
No,
and oh my god.
I'm yeah, that's a very early totem cleanse there. I'm not the most knowledgeable about the Krasu sets, to be honest. I haven't really even done any in my time, obviously not being a long time, but not a kind of casual set you see a lot of people pick, usually kind of like a one trick pick where you have people who are good at it, that will want it, and let us see whether that will be the case for Fast Track here on our Krisu. I think we have a very interesting matchup here. Hopefully, very close, very close and tight, very cagey as the first hit comes in on Cyber, as we do also find our Renato on the other generator. Kind of missing some of these early M2 shots, but again, not too punishing for Krisu. Will choose to leave our Quan here for Renato. Will choose to go into the just chasing an M1 here. Very interesting decision. What do we think about this, Ray?
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised because well, I don't obviously I haven't, and I definitely have not seen high level seen for ages, never. But from what I've seen from past, people usually go head mode. So generally, really surprising for me to see Faster not going to this mode immediately and just actually trying to play for M1. But yeah, as we are gonna be seeing, he mode and he got his tag. He's immediately just continuing the chase on Renata, who is seemingly our gonna be our first down, and this happening down in, and we are gonna be actually. Oh my god, I did not know this gen has so much progress, but yeah, we're gonna be seeing the four before the first hook, and this is a really great start for Team
Yeah,
Odyssey here.
I agree, Ray. I do think that is a kind of a good start here. Also, kind of an interesting find here on our ace. We'll get the M2 hit and then swap to head form to try and get an early tag, which is very well played from Fast Track here. You can kind of see the Fast Track definitely knows what they're doing around this killer, knows when to be in that form, when to not, and will get a fast down, as this killer can be a very difficult one when in the situation where there is no help around. You know, this is a very teamwork-oriented set, and at the moment, we've kind of seen them play a little on their own, but it's still working. They've still got good progress. They're still very much putting up a good fight here for this game. A very close one. We will find our injured Quan here. Not really the person you want to be finding on this side of the map. If this is a fast down, then for Team Odyssey, we're going to be looking a little worried here. Having two downs in the same side of the map would be a very tough situation to get out of. But I think Cyber really making this chase count here, dodging a few of these M2 hits and trying to just win the mind games, but doesn't eventually. I think Fast Track, no, yeah, Fast Track just opting to pick up here, take the hook stage, and kind of maybe look to interrupt the unhook on other Survivor our ace player, but I don't think this will come through in time. A very interesting scenario here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is definitely such a intense gameplay as well, right? Because we are not tunneling really anyone. We have separate hooks on three separate survivors, and we do have quite generally like interesting gameplay overall. Oh, I think I'm having a bit of a technical issues, but I'm still back with you guys. But yeah, I just seen like, quite interesting gameplay here, coming from both sides. I mean, Swarmers are playing it really good. I'm genuinely surprised. They really showing they have practiced the set before, and they're just not giving up on it regardless, you know. But oh my god, an amazing hit coming in from Fast Track on our Nancy player here, doing absolutely amazing job, just predicting the pallet camp here, but still allowing the trade unfortunately. And Fast actually gonna be trying to slug for the first time and going for tunnel out. What do you think about this, Jack?
Yeah, very interesting scenario here, right? Choosing to slug the trade here. Not really going for stages as we've seen Fast Track do before. We see the Survivor try and get the mushroom in, but instead the down will come through. A very well-educated swing there from Fast Track to get the down in a very tough situation. But honestly, Fast Track is doing really well on this Krisu here, doing really well to use it as like a kind of like an anti-stealth mechanism, shooting the M2, uh, not really being fussed where it's going, just trying to rat out some survivors, and then we'll find the Nancy there because of it. So honestly, some really well played gameplay here from our Krasu player. Our Renato here looking to take the hit, but will be swapping back to body form. The M2 will not be coming through, and now our Krasu will look to chase the Nancy in mid-map, or just kind of cordon Renato off here from the save, just to make sure there's no freebies going here. Very difficult situation, I think, if you're Odyssey. Kind of a knowledge of where everyone is, but Fast Track does not find the unhooker, who also gets a FTP off, which could be really crucial for this game, I think, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But we are going to be seeing Faster just kind of trying to play for this region here now on the main side of the map, which is definitely a good idea. I mean, especially since, well, that's the only regions you have left, right? But yeah, obviously, oh my god, we're actually going to be finding out with one here, who is our balance player, unfortunately for Fast Track, but still a really, really good fight regardless. And if you're going to be not seeing any gen progress for this chase coming through, then this is a really good position for Fast Track. But Fast Track is kind of forced to leave now that he sees Ace is playing for a hit tank here as well as just kind of like in the middle of the cross. So yeah, we're just going to be seeing every single survivor just go all the way to the bottom, just leaving away from the gens, right? Which is absolutely a valid idea, and yeah, I think that's just a really, really good team play from Team Odyssey here by just coordinating well and getting those resets in and keeping those chase bottom.
Yeah, our survivors were definitely intending on making sure that Cyber lived there. We did see the Nancy and the Ace prepared to help out, but obviously not needed, as the Quan does get away, does get the reset, and Fast Track looking here to just chase someone around this area, the top side of the map, just to make sure that any progress is somewhat stagnated by maybe running into an active generator. But we haven't seen Renato in a while, and that makes me a little bit worried, Ray, because I feel like if Renato was just chugging away at that generator, that it is going to be a difficult scenario for Fast Track here. Maybe even a gen pop just under our nose. I think it could be really tight here.
Yeah, absolutely. If this Renata has been on the gen has to have quite a lot of progress. And yeah, as you said, we are going to be seeing this Renata just here injured, unfortunately for Team. I'm sorry for Team Odyssey, but if we manage to get this Renata to the top of the map, this is gonna be just fine, like absolutely fine. In fact, which seems to be looking like the case. I mean, Renata is gonna be dying like summer 3. Unfortunately, Nancy does not get the base block just in time, and she's putting herself in danger now. Faster is gonna be trying to slug for her, but I'm pretty sure while those survivors will playing for each other, someone just doing the gen next to the main here on 11, and this is really not what you wanna see as Faster, because I'm pretty sure Faster has kind of set his eyes on the 4K1 Wincon, and this is absolutely understandable, and I would not blame him for it at all. But yeah, we're gonna be seeing actually last gen popping. I was about to say we're gonna be seeing injury on Nancy action, but we're actually gonna be seeing something worse for Fast Track. We're gonna be seeing last gen being popped and the pickup happening, and Kwon obviously being the hook survivor. He's gonna be trying to go for the hooks, for the pulls, for the pickups, like everything, right? He's just gonna be trying to die for everyone else, but we are gonna be seeing Fast Track actually doing an amazing job at just avoiding everything, right? Basically in all the 50s, I'm like so locked out because there's so many action going on. But yeah, we are gonna be just chasing this ace here, and oh my god, Jack, what is happening?
Honestly, Ray, I can't blame you. There is so much going on here. A really well orchestrated play by our Quan to kind of try and bait the killer towards kind of away from that generator that we do know that Ace was working, but we will get the down on the only fresh survivor, meaning that we will get this fresh hook, which is pretty much optimal for Fast Track's position at the moment to just try and get the survivor with the least stages hooked and maybe make a full death off of it, being the kind of optimal kind of scenario here. But the likelihood is I do think we might see a trade from Cyber, see them get patched up, and then see a trade come in just to make sure that the least amount of stages gets kind of converted to in the end, which is probably a pretty good play from our Survivor team here, obviously, as they know they do realistically need to get Nancy out here to get the most optimal result. But a really, really good performance from both ends, regardless. Very confusing at points, but I mean, it's Kursu. It's going to be a bit strange. It's going to be a bit funky at times. We do see our um, survivors coming in here. We will choose to get an injury on our Renato and an attempted infection on our Nancy, but I think she just makes that, Ray. I think she's fully out here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Jiang definitely just makes it out, and I'm pretty sure the Kwon is also making it out. Just amazingly played by Team Odyssey here, not even trading for by just getting a two-man and all escaping at once. So basically, just 3 men out. Amazing performance here. Just honestly, no words left unsaid.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dead by Dawn Season 4. Today, we are once again joined with Odyssey and Astraea. we now have the killer of Odyssey, Mr. Boogedy, on the Krasu, back for the second game here. We will be doing Krasu Sufo 1, and I am not solo casting today. I am joined by the lovely X Rachel. X Rachel, what do we believe will happen in this set?
Honestly, I don't even know. Based on the previous game, my expectation kind of dropped because I did not think. I thought Krasu is a fourth, but once again, I have never seen a Krasu before. So, Krasu being a Team Astraea, expecting a better, or a similar result of what we've seen. So I'm expecting something like 6 stages or something, but you know, everything can change. But we are going to be seeing Blitz in Chase doing quite an amazing job by avoiding those M2 hits, and as well as just play main building, which is the safest out of the game. Not the game, but on this map. We are already seeing the difference here. We are seeing Ghosty here trying to play for the body block for Blitz, avoid the M2 hits, but he's gonna get sniped with the power. We're gonna continue the chase with Blitz. Oh, an
Yes, a
amazing single.
very interesting start. I agree, Ray. A very interesting start. But we are seeing a more teamwork focused approach from our survivors of Astraea here. They kind of seem like they're a little bit more clocked in on the Krasu meta, let's call it. And I know it sounds a bit silly, but attempting to get the body block there will fail. And obviously, when you have situations like these where the body blocks just go a bit wrong, the only progress gen is found. Now we're looking at a very disrupted start of the game here. We don't get the tag because of live, a very, very close, almost hit there, and we will see our killer go to pick up our first down of the game just to make sure that that down doesn't go anywhere, that they're not lost in the moment of everything going on, being a little bit more of a hectic start. But yeah, they will intend on not continuing that mid generator. I think that's a good idea. I mean, the mid gen doesn't pop. You know, things go wrong with body blocks. I think it's best to avoid doing that mid gen, right? Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I also think that Astraea might have played a little bit too altruistic for each other. I mean, taking tax is all good, but if you have no one doing gens, then there's not really, there's no really any reason you are chasing long, right? But yeah, this one mistake could have cost them the game. I mean, I'm not sure obviously how the game is gonna go, but Mr. Bugatti here has proven that they are more than capable on the clown set. Obviously, Krasu being a different killer, I can't say anything for sure, but they seem competent. They seem competent, so I genuinely believe they can turn this around and they can show us what Krasu what can Krasu do when survivors make mistakes.
Yes, I agree, Ray. A very kind of different approach here from our killer player for Team Odyssey. A more campy approach, looking towards staying near the hook, trying to confirm the stage, trying to get that tunnel out just a little bit sooner. Something that maybe might have a very different effect on our game. Obviously, fast track our other Krasu player, choosing to go for a more stages approach, choosing to kind of be aggressive on the chases and attempt to kind of get the stages where possible. But yeah, very different approach here taken by our killer player. So let's see how that kind of unfolds. I think it could be very tight. A very good dodge from Egro here, and obviously the a gen pops, and we do see the unhook come through. Now we're gonna need some elite level body blocking to ensure that our survivor here does not go down early. A death at 4 gens would be brutal for this team, even if they got that gen that was towards one more progress. They're still looking at a very, very difficult scenario, as you know, you can't really be as aggressive on the body blocks. You can't really be that okay with giving up that progress of being able to have that a M2 coming through here, and we will see uh, our killer player kind of wise to the fact that a body block is going to be coming in, so pre-infecting, not really too bothered about the distance that they give our survivor player here. And obviously, Shaq will go down nice and quick, you know, non-mind gameable, and the chase will continue. Quite a strong chase from Blitz here. Very well done, very well played, and hopefully, if Jake gets here in time, that there will be a body block, but
Oh
doesn't
my god.
quite come through. That was so close, right, Ray?
Yeah, that was so unfortunate. Sadly, the Krasu hitboxes are a bit of interesting, and the spin came in just a little bit too soon for Jake to actually get the body block, but that was really, really nice try. And they actually do get the gen pop for it, and not even getting attack for it. So it is a 2 gens remaining. However, we are only gonna be able to, I'm pretty sure, give out 3 stages until we actually lose the set. No, I am a little bit confused with my numbers, but pardon my math. But yeah, we don't really have a lot of stages to waste, so every chase needs to count, and every chase needs to be really really long, right? We are
Yeah.
gonna be seeing Mr. Bugatti here just being a bit confused with the mechanic of the M2 of Krasu, which is absolutely understandable. I don't think the killer is exactly as straightforward as it might seem, but we are still gonna be getting down on this Jake here, and this is gonna be basically the fourth stage already. And if I'm Team Astraea here, I'm pretty worried about the result. I mean, I would genuinely be scared of playing as aggressive as they are right now.
Yeah, Egg looking very aggressive for the body block on Jake and not coming through. I think, honestly, if this is a loss for Team Astraea, I think this will kind of come down to the ability that the conversions for the hit tanks weren't as on point as they maybe would like it to be, which I think is really crucial in this set. The body blocks have to be efficient. They really have to deny Krasu's power in a pretty major way for it to have an effect on the killer in a kind of way that will actually change the game here. So I don't know. It could be very interesting. Again, it's always down to this 3v1 machine. This is what you really need to be strong at as a survivor team. Being able to function without that fourth player is so necessary. We are
Oh
seeing
my god.
an attempted body block not converted again. It almost seemed like Mr. Boogedy just phased through our Renato player Eggroll here, and again, like Ray said, these hitboxes are very funky. This killer isn't the most clean and normal functioning killer, but the body block will come in a certain way. We'll take the M1 and a power hit onto Egg here. I think Egg needs to last here to make this chase count, but it's going to be difficult. It's Krasu in chase. You are kind of playing now on a 50 pallet. Egg roll just doing the spam vault method, doing very well at it indeed, and a very good chase nonetheless, I think, for what is normal against a Krasu.
Yeah, absolutely. Agral is doing wonders having those chases here. Unfortunately, still gonna be going down regardless, but pretty far away from the giants that are probably being worked on. So, if I'm Australian, I should be happy with this chase. However, we are gonna be seeing the reset on Ace, so that means they don't really have as much giant progress as they'd hoped for, but they did get the reset, so they are just gonna be trying to play a bit more safe than rather than try to rush the chance before the hostages count in. And honestly, this is completely understandable.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Ray. A nice little interesting thing from Mr. Boogedy there, trying to use the third person camera to find the injured Jake. It didn't happen, but a very interesting way. We are seeing our killer players really using their power and kind of the mechanics of this killer in quite a strong way, I think, in different ways of their own. But nonetheless, a demonstration that this team know what they're doing, they know what they're on about. They're kind of understanding where they are like needing to be on their killers, and I think they've done a really good job at demonstrating that even though this kind of funky set is happening, that they still know what they're doing. They still kind of locked in. They're still kind of functioning as the way they should be on their killer performances. But a really good chase by Ghostly here is giving Mr. Boogedy a little bit more of a hard time here, and will be attempting to prevent the down. But our ace player is really, really giving them the run right now. A very strong performance for what is
Oh my
basically
god.
just a filler here. I think, yeah, Mr. Boogedy going to opt to kick the pallet here. I think our ace player going to choose to try and make something else here, but a very good chase from our ace.
Yeah, so this was an amazing chase regardless. We had like a bunch of 50s won, and that's exactly what you want to see against Kasu when you have to play for a Binkan like that, right? You have to see those long chases, a lot of 50 wins, and just overall playing really really well, right? However, we are gonna be seeing one more gen pop, and we're so much closer to the Wincon with every single hook we get, right? But we are so further away from the five gens that initially had been on this map, right? So we are gonna be down to only one gen remaining, which is really not what you want to see as a Garasu. However, with a Wincon like that, you are kinda allowed to be a little bit of sluggish, I guess, and not commit every single chase. But regardless of that, I don't really I don't really think that the killer has as much pressure as they'd hope to be, as they'd hope to have.
Yeah, I do think our Krisu play was in belief that that gen was doubled. Obviously, looking for the cross from Jake, didn't find it. I think Egg playing the role as the bait for the Krisu to try and chase as the unhook does come through, which is a really good piece of stealthing and rotating from Team Astraea here. Obviously, their chases have been pretty good against his killer, but like you said, Ray, their pressure has been a bit difficult. It's been a bit patchy at times, but nonetheless, they have been putting in a good performance. But will it be enough to meet the win con? I am very, very excited to find out. I think it's going to be very close.
Yeah, I have just been notified by our amazing referees that the WinCon has already been met, which was 6 stages. So Mr. Bugatti technically already won before this hook even happened. So just wow, amazingly played by Team Odyssey. This will be a 2-0 going for them, but we are gonna be seeing Team Astraea still trying to play for the best result, which is absolutely valid and honestly exactly what we want to see, especially since we are gonna be getting more DBD after this unfortunate news forfeit, right? So I'm just genuinely happy to see some more DBD now.
Yeah, it's been a very exciting set there, and even though I may have trolled us a little bit with the win con statement, I think we kind of knew where this game was going anyway. The 3v1 kind of slowed down their pace a little. The resets weren't particularly coming through when they were needed, and I just think that machine was just slowing down. That efficiency machine just being a bit clogged up, not getting the efficiency going. Even though the chases were good, if the gens are doubled, if resets aren't coming through, it's going to be still in a sticky situation where sure, you might be one more gen down, but 6 stage win con is a difficult one, a really, really difficult one to meet that isn't, if not played to perfection, can and will end up in the kind of situation we're in now. But that's nothing to take away from our Survivor team here. They have done amazingly. Their chases in particular have been extremely strong and well played here. As I say that, I obviously commentate Curse Ghostly there. I apologize for that. Um, but yeah, nonetheless, a really exciting set and really valiant from Team Astraea to continue to play for the best possible result.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have to respect that all the time, right? The playing for the win for the best result is always amazing thing, and we are gonna be seeing Mr. Bugatti just a bit confused what's happening. We are gonna be seeing a Gen Pop as well as a flashlight save, amazingly played by Astraea. Here, just doing a little bit of jukes and tricks right here, adding to the, just trying to spice up the game, doing extremely good job by popping all the gens and possibly getting even getting out this game, which I would be really excited to see.
Yes, a very, very amazing flashlight save there from Revenge. But I do believe it'll all come to naught as our Jake player has been found going for the pickup. A very nice juke there, but Mr. Boogedy showing that they are the little bit of the more kebab enjoyer blocking that pallet and ensuring that the down comes through. And that will end the game. This will be an Odyssey 2-0 win. A very fun game to watch. Not as much DBD as we'd like, but with that difficult result in the first game, it is very understandable from Team Australia to do what they did, and a very well played game regardless. And yeah, I think it was an amazing game, Ray. What are your thoughts about all of this?
Honestly, absolutely. It was just a fantastic game from both teams. Unfortunately, we didn't see the Astraea sort of side on the Nurse and Odyssey sort of side on the Nurse, as well as we didn't properly see Astraea sort of side due to unfortunate DC. But honestly, both teams shown that with the Skrasusa that they are more than ready to fight, and they're more than knowledgeable on how to play the game, And obviously, Odyssey is going to be winning 2-0, which is really unfortunate for Astraea, but honestly, just amazingly played, and yeah, just well played for both teams, right? But that will be it for today's matches, as we are going to be trying to look for Ghostly here on the ground. But since already is everything is already, oh my god, my English is not English today. Everything is already over basically. That hook will not mean anything, right? It's gonna be a 4k0 regardless. So unless Ghostly actually manages to escape through the hatch, and it's gonna be 10 stages, which is gonna make it slightly better for Astraea, but it's still gonna be a loss of the set, right? And it's still gonna be a 2-0. But that being said, we are still gonna be having 3 more matches tomorrow. So make sure to catch them later as well. But for today, I swear I saw someone on the ground. I'm pretty sure it was Ecuador. But yeah, I do believe this. Oh my god, you finally find them. I'm so sorry. This was so interesting to look for as a little bit of a cat and mouse game. But yeah, we're going to be seeing the Krasomori here, and after that, we will be done for today with the Odyssey getting the 2-0 set against Astraea, 2-0 match against Astraea. But we will be seeing 3 more matches tomorrow, so make sure to tune in, and we'll see you soon.